So maybe I should make a video of what I'm about to do. This is the turn signal indicator that I bought and put on the Rambler. And after I got it on there, it would flash like the emergency flashers were on anytime either side blinks. And I'm pretty sure the reason it's doing that is because it has this light, and when one side or the other blinks, this light blinks. And I think what's happening is when this side blinks, it back feeds power through this light into this light and makes the whole thing blink. Now, having said that, well, I could show you, but it's raining out there. But I actually took the two wires from the left side and the two wires from the right side, attached them to a hot wire, and they blinked and didn't blink, if that makes any sense, just fine. I ordered some diodes to put in this, but I think what I might do otherwise, see, this ain't really necessary. The blinkers lights on the dash are working fine. I think if I can take this apart and disconnect this light out of the middle, I think that will probably solve the problem itself. So I'm taking these two screws out. I'm going to take this off, and then we'll have a look and see what's inside there, and then we'll talk about that some more. So I took it apart, and back here you have wires supposedly that go to each individual light. Now there's an interesting thing happening on this car. The orange wire and the brown wire actually work. The green wire and the yellow wire are not working. In other words, if I put a tester light on them and ground it, those two wires don't light up. These upward ones do. That's kind of interesting. Also, that little bottom piece right there is connected to the blue wire, which is connected to the light that I took off right here. Now down here, this thing is supposed to work the emergency flasher. And since the emergency flasher comes on every time either side comes on, I'm wondering if that's not where this is feeding back through. I could dismember some wireage over here if I wanted to, and just see if that makes a difference. Now I believe, I don't know for sure, but I suspect, maybe I should say suspect rather than believe. I suspect if I put this back in there, even with that light, let's see, now that light ain't gonna do nothing if it's not connected. Yeah, so it don't matter, just leave it there. Not doing anything is what I want it to do, is to not do anything. So let's put this back in there. There's two little white pieces of white metal. One goes lower and one goes higher, and this catches this thing so that there's a little friction when you try to turn it. Go over here. I'll try to hold this. And while that cover's not on there, I have to keep my finger in the middle of this. And then these springs here, see, they work that so that this goes like this. Okay, that did not fix it. Blinking, blinking, oh, blinking, blinking, not blinking. Then when I attach the brown wire, which is the other side, when I attach the brown wire, it's flashing. So I got blinking and flashing, which is not what I want. So yeah, that's pretty close to, and see that should be off there, and it's not. I suppose I could tear into this thing a little deeper. There's a screw here that may release this part so that I could see what this part is doing inside there. Y'all want to go there? Be ashamed to come this far and not go further, wouldn't it? might be how people get their start, by taking things apart, figuring out how they work, putting them back together, trying to. So that goes that way, and this goes this way. Ain't right? This goes this way. That goes that way. And it would seem to me like if these wires are not hooked up to anything, then the power is it's coming in through here. It's touching these sources here. It must be something inside there. I'm puzzled by it all. I'm not too surprised that I'm puzzled. I am puzzled though. Puzzled. I suppose I could, just for fun, go out there and hook this. I know the red wire is the hot wire, and I could leave this whole face cover off, hook that wire up, and just explore what lights up what. Yeah, I could play with it. Nothing to lose. We would pass the time. So here's what I've decided. I think this is just a plain old defective unit. You know, there's a saying that you get what you pay for, and this was the cheapest one I could find. In fact, it was so cheap, I wondered how they could sell it that cheap. And now that I got it, I'm wondering if this wasn't one that was malfunctioning. Somebody sent it back, somebody else got a hold of it and decided to sell it. But I doubt if I'll bother trying to send it back, since I've taken it apart into about a gazillion pieces. But what I've basically discovered is even when this is where it's supposed to be, it doesn't work correctly. Now, there is several little metal pieces, at least two, not counting the ones on the opposite piece here, that have to be held in place in a certain way for this to work. I suppose I could take it apart and show you what I mean. And it is, I don't believe it's possible to be able to hold all the pieces in place to try to, what's the word I'm looking for, try to facilitate the action that's supposed to happen here without this all being put together. And of course, once it's put together, all you can do is turn it one way or the other. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, you got this piece inside there. You got this piece. This piece fits here. There's two slots here. There's a slot right there and a slot right there, and this piece fits in that piece. So that piece has to be in there. And then that rides over these points. And the points up here are going to be the hot wire. In fact, where the red wire goes in is right here. And so these are going to be the hot junctions up here. I take that back as I'm looking at this. Well, let's just say it ain't working. And there ain't any way that I can set this up to make it work. I can try to like set this over in here like that, and then try to imagine that when this thing turns, it either does or doesn't touch these points. But then I have to figure in these other points that are up here. And to be honest with you, I've reached a point where I don't care anymore. So I'm going to do what suits me the best, which basically I'm going to kind of roughly stick this loosely together, put it all in a bag, and abandon it altogether. And we'll call it a learning experience. I don't know if I learned much from it, but we will call it a learning experience. That goes there. This goes here. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, this is so much fun. Everybody needs one of these to play with. In fact, this should be turned into a game, and then everybody can have one. Everybody can try to get it back together with all these pieces facing in the right direction. I think I'm going to contact Milton Bradley and have them patent this and market it as a puzzle. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, Milton Bradley, they need to have this in their stock of puzzles. How the heck did ever get that back together? First time I did it wasn't so hard, but now it's even harder. There. Now that is how it's supposed to go. And then this little brass bolt goes down into that. That's just the way it was. Okay, and then I'm going to take all of this and put it in the bag and let it sit there probably until the world comes to an end, because I ain't messing with it anymore. But what I did do is give you an opportunity to see what's inside there, and you can make your own decision whether you want to take one of these apart and try to fix it or not. Yeah. Y'all have a nice day.